We're here to talk about Eden Zero. The what is this?
hmm
I think this is the third series from Hiro Mashima, the same
hmm
guy who wrote Rave Master and Fairy Tail. A lot more
hmm
people know about Fairy Tail because it's known as it's sort of lackluster descent into bullshit. You can speak more to that, right? Because you've had the privilege, the honor of sitting through Fairy Tail.
Yeah, yeah, I watched it. I watched it all. I watched all of Fairy Tail. It's
You
it's
don't fuck with it,
cause I do. I enjoyed the watch.
but
My critiques with Fairy Tail was I didn't like how I didn't like the ending. It needed to
right,
end. It needed to end where but I just didn't like it. And part of me felt like there wasn't really a growth in Natsu. There wasn't
mm-hmm.
a, what I'm
No,
saying, like
like
for
character development,
for the most part, he didn't like his only goal really was to find um his dad, the dragon, and he kind of did that before the ending of the season. You know what I'm saying? Well, not the season, but the ending of the anime, and that was
right?
like his goal really. So after that, it's kind of was just like made it feel like the rest of it was kind of just drug on, but you knew they still had a like they still had to finish a little part of the story. Like they still had to get through it. So
A
it
lot
just felt
more
like,
plot holes that weren't fully
yeah.
developed.
So it's like, I don't know. Natsu, you only had one scene where Natsu kind of character kind of was like changed a little bit. And this is my favorite scene in the whole anime. Um, but it was all right. Like it had its moments where it was good. I like some of the characters. But I feel like after Natsu found Igneo, it kind of was like, okay, because that was like the big part of the anime to me. Because once he found Igneo, like all the other, I don't want to spoil it. I don't know if anybody else want to watch it, but
I mean that's already a spoiler that you just
yeah.
said. I mean,
But I mean, it's it it's all right. It's okay. I
it's
watched
okay.
it all, and I thinking back on it, I enjoyed it. I just didn't like the ending that much.
Well, now transitioning, Hiro Mashima, I was going to say he's back, but he's been back. He's around 140 chapters at this point into
hmm
Eden Zero.
hmm
How did you? And I told you, hey, read the first volume. It's a battle shonen set in space. I think you'll really enjoy it.
hmm
Tell me how you feel, man. Because I know you've kind of tiptoed around your opinion for like the past week. I've just been
Okay.
really curious because I really fuck with it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna preface this by saying this is my first time reading, you know, a battle manga. It's my first time doing it.
Yeah, that's different for you.
It's different. Okay. So my first time reading a manga like that. And so I had to go into it knowing, okay, I gotta be using my imagination to kind of imagine these fights and shit like that. So off the rip, without even opening the manga, I automatically see the characters and like, yes, this is fairy tale. Like I understand that
Okay.
most animators, and creators behind the different manga and anime and shit have their certain art style, and for the most part they stick with it.
Right?
But
Because you kind of gotta respect you you gotta respect the artistic creativity that he's putting into this series, man.
yeah, like I said, that's probably my only critique is it's basically the same like premise, the same characters. Cause okay, we're just gonna do with the main character. All right, he basically Natsu, to be honest. Okay, he care about his friends and the people who close to him a lot, like his family, right? Because he didn't have his own family. The only family he
Right.
had was Igneo. Same thing with this character in Eden Zero. The only family he have was the robots and his grandfather, right?
Okay. That's a
His
little
grand
different, but a little
his
bit the same.
his grandfather taught him his power, showed him, gave him his power, taught him his power and how to use it and shit.
Right.
Natsu, Igneo was like a father to him. Igneo taught Natsu his power, how to use it, and it's unique to him,
Okay.
right?
I would say that point right there, that's a little tropey. I don't know if I would peg that down to specifically fairy tale, but okay.
Okay. The I forgot the girl name because it's still new to me, so I don't really remember their names I'm talking about.
Rebecca?
Okay, her. She is basically Lucy, bro. From Fairy Tale. She wants to be a beekeeper.
Right.
Lucy wanted to be a model for the I forgot what it's called, like the magic like magazine shit. They model and take pictures and shit. She wanted to be the most famous one of them. It's basically the same thing, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Happy, instead of being with Natsu, like Happy was in Fairy Tale, you with Rebecca, aka Lucy.
Was Happy's backstory as tragic in Fairy Tale as it was in Eden Zero?
Honestly, it was similar. Natsu found Happy.
Similar?
Natsu found the egg, and Happy was in the egg, and he kind of just raised the egg and cared for it. And then when the egg hatched, it was Happy. And it was like, okay, well, I'm rocking with you, and they just became best friends. There's Natsu ain't really had nobody else that was that close to him besides Igno, so he's like, okay, I got Happy there. Okay. So it wasn't as tragic, but Happy still didn't really know where he came from and shit like that. So he decided to, Natsu basically raised him like it was his parents. So I'm just stay with Natsu.
Okay.
But the name is still it's the same. It's still the same name.
It's a little bit.
A little bit. It's the exact same name.
Yeah.
It's still Happy. It's still the same name.
Nah, one is way more tragic than the other.
If you say so, bro.
If I say so, I read the shit.
Okay.
I read it again today.
Okay.
And from what you're telling me,
that's the three main characters. Really... And it's the same, basically. So, okay, like I said, I read it. It's good. They get to the place where all the other adventurers, that's what they call adventurers?
The guild?
Yeah, they basically the magic guild. It's like the same thing. They got the characters in there.
I'm gonna tell you right now,
right? It's
the guild in this. I'm gonna tell you right now in this series, the guild does not fucking matter.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say the shit is the same.
Like
it's the exact same.
I haven't even I just remembered there was a guild when I reread this shit today.
Yeah, and they saying it is like they calling it what it's called dark ether. Is that what they call it?
The guild? I don't think so.
No, like the power that he used. What is it called?
Oh yeah,
black ether, some shit like that.
Ether gear from the dark.
The dark ages, right? So
yeah,
like I said, his power is supposed to be like unique to him, right?
Yeah,
only certain people can do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing in Fairy Tale. Like there was
that's where I kind of disagree. That's a little tropey.
Natsu had dragon slayer magic.
Right.
He was he was raised by a fire dragon, Ignil. So his magic was fire. Well, he had fire magic, but it was fire dragon slayer magic. And every time people came across him, it was like, oh shit, he know how to use dragon slayer magic. Fuck. What the you know what I'm saying? Like this nigga strong as hell. The people seeing oh boy use the magic from the dark ages or whatever, and was like, oh shit, he can use this magic. This nigga strong as fuck.
I see what you're saying, but because of what I know, yeah, it's a little bit different.
So that's not like I said, but anyway, that is my only critique for the most part. Is that since I've watched all of Fairy Tale, anytime for the most part, as soon as I see something, it made me be like, this is Fairy Tale.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't really battle you as I want to on a lot of these criticisms because I haven't seen Fairy Tale and I don't have an interest in it.
Yeah, it's like if you was,
so I can't really say, hey, I can't really say, yo, that's not the same because I don't know. Maybe it is exactly the same. All I can give you is the judgment that I have from a fresh perspective. There are tropey things. And there are things you're describing as like, hey, maybe he's not as creative. But then I see a lot of things that he's setting up in this first volume and think, there's no other series that's setting up things like this.
Yeah.
But
maybe that's me. Maybe I gotta
but what you're saying right now is definitely not a new take. Like niggas were definitely fuming when they seen this shit for the first time.
Yeah. Like, because at the end of the first volume, I was like, what the fuck? And they showed the BQ shit.
You seen that
was
shit,
like,
right?
It's way into the future. I'm like, what the hell?
Yep.
So
that's what sold me. I seen that shit. I was like, okay, I gotta know how this comes into play later on.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna read the next 2 volumes. I'm gonna read them. I'll probably read them
So
sometime this weekend because I'm stuck in the house. So
you have an interest in where the series is going.
I want to see how, if and how it's going to differentiate itself from Fairy Tail.
From what a lot of the fans are saying, it really does.
Yeah,
differentiate itself.
I'm gonna give it a chance. I'm gonna read these next 2 volumes.
So you're interested enough. You think, this was pretty solid.
Mm-hmm. And I kind of like the fact that his power is gravity driven because you haven't seen that before.
I love that shit too. So we've kind of seen it here and there, but I think it's done very well here.
Yeah, because what oh boy, the admiral from One Piece, his power is like gravity based shit.
Right. Mashima is really playing around with the paneling, during some of his fight sequences.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just looks really good, and it can lead to really inspired, artistic shit with gravity.
I'm gonna give it a shot though. Like I said, my only critique was, like you said, I seen Fairy Tail.
Parallels you can draw between Fairy Tail.
And every time I see something, it just reminds me like the pirate chick who gonna be trying to come after him and stuff or whatever. Look just like Urza. Urza Scarlet.
Yeah,
just like
that's like with the other characters with Shiki and Rebecca. I can say, okay, well, the designs are a little similar, but they're similar.
Yeah.
I can give that up. But when I look at Elsie, I think, bruh, that's Urza. That's her name.
Urza Scarlet.
That's damn near a copy paste.
Yeah. So it's like
everybody else has these subtle differences about him.
Mm-hmm. Like the main character, you could tell in his face is just like Natsu, but his hair different color. The way he dressed and shit is obviously is gonna be different. And some of his personality is a little different. Is there any type of plans for it to ever be adapted into anime?
Oh, the anime is coming out right now, and it's fucking trash.
What is it out on?
Netflix.
It is?
That should tell you everything you need to know.
Netflix kind of fucking up with these anime. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yep. You got all your criticisms out the way, but you didn't really talk about, what did you like about the shit?
Oh, well, like I said, I like the fact that his power is gravity based because you don't really see that like talking about it. I like that. What else did I like? I like that they showing off the rip that she is not really, she not really weak. It made it sound like she was gonna be weak at first because when they took Happy, and then Happy turned into the fucking, which I didn't see that coming either. That he was gonna be a fucking android. I like, what the fuck?
Right.
But I like that. The what they call her, the mother, or whatever.
Mother, yes.
I was like, okay, this is an interesting character, whatever. It's just some huge fucking lady floating in space that and like she knew that he was coming.
Yeah, so she's a deity or a god or something like that.
So I'm like, okay, and at the beginnings too, like when the fucking robots was like, we hate humans and shit, but then they showed the real reason why they started. Like, I'm like, okay, I like this, I like that.
All right, it's a solid.
Yeah, it had its moments. It has moments where it had me be like, okay, this is okay. Like this ain't terrible. Like going into it, I kind of was in the back of my head like, man, this shit about to be ass. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You would shake that off. I was hoping you were open minded. I like that.
Yeah, man, I'm open to trying shit. It depends on what it is for the most part. I give shit a try.
So anyway, anything else I really like how they showed the scaling of Mother, because at the end of the first chapter, they showed the dragon. It's like, hey, look, that's a big ass fucking dragon next to the ship. Mm-hmm. And then they showed it was a speck next to Mother.
Right. Like, Jesus. And then the fact that old boy he thought that the different kingdoms was like on his planet with him.
Right.
And then she was like, nah, bro, the kingdoms is planets. Like, we about to take you to different planets, my dude.
I like the way space is drawn in this manga. The Sakura cosmos, and it's just blossoms, mm-hmm. in the foreground.
But that's just big in like Japanese culture, the cherry blossoms and shit. That's like they thing, yeah.
It's really cool aesthetically.
Mm-hmm.
I personally really like the Rebecca Happy backstory.
Yeah, it was nice seeing that they was like, it was kids and shit, and it was like poor and like on their own, and then I was like, damn, It's kind of sad. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't expect to see this sad ass shit in the middle of this action shit going on. That nigga trying to take heaven. I wasn't expecting to see this. But saying, like I said, the shit caught me by surprise when that nigga transformed into 2 pistols. I'm like, what the fuck? What is this? So
the happy blasters.
Yeah, that was pretty dope. I wasn't expecting it. I should have seen it coming though, because they showed that he got hit and killed by the fucking car or whatever. Cause I was like, okay, he got hit, so he died. He did, but they brought that nigga back as an android.
Would you want to be brought back as an android if you like on the verge of death?
It depends on how much of me is gonna be an android.
You basically an android all on the inside, you know, except for the brain, but you have a human exterior.
Oh, so I still got a dick and everything. What? Oh no! If you got no,
I mean, yeah, but you know, you might not get the same stimulation. Or you might get the stimulation, but it's gonna be ones and zeros and shit.
And then I live longer than all the people around. No, I'm good. All the people around me, I love dying and shit, and I'm still here. I can't even feel sex. No, I don't want to be here.
That's such a weird transition. Man, a lot of people around me, the people I love, are gonna die. I can't feel sex. At least you got your priorities straight.
I don't want to be here after that. No, I'm good.
You making it sound like that's how you got after everybody going sex.
I mean, if I'm okay, at least if the people around me, I can procreate. You know what I'm saying? I can't procreate no more. I'm a fucking android. I can't have any more kids or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
how'd you feel about the volume in it, man? They pulled up on Professor Wise.
Yeah, Professor. So is he? That kind of made me be like, so is he a whole different person than she remembered, or is he dead and this is his son? Like, what is this?
I don't know.
You know, but you know, it's cool. It's cool.
I was gonna say, like right now while we're recording, I don't know.
I have to see. Do I find out as soon as I pick up the second volume, or do I have to wait?
No, you might find out. I think you'll find out, if not by the end of that chapter, maybe the second one. You'll find out pretty soon in that first half, though.
Okay. All right.